Y'all ready, Angry Cowboys fan family? Well, let's go ahead and get into it.
Dallas Cowboys, let's ride. 2026, yeah! The Angry Cowboys fan. Turn me up. Turn me up. Blue and silver, yeah, we back on the map. Whole league nervous every time that we snap. Dak in the pocket, cool under pressure. Throwing dots all day, couldn't do it no better. Lamb on the outside, breaking ankles for fun. Pickers talk slick, then he back up the run. Defense flying to the football mean. Every Sunday looking like America's team. Jerry made moves, now they all act surprised. Same folks hating, got the Cowboys on their minds. Every sports show got Dallas on the screen. Love us or hate us, we still run the scenes. This ain't the same old Cowboys. Nah, we came to make noise. Stand up, every fan, raise your hands. This the year, everybody understand. We them boys. 2026, hear the whole crowd make noise. Blue stars, lighting up the night. Dallas ready, yeah, we built to fight. Ain't no fear, we've been waiting all year. Every touchdown, got the stadium jumping. Cowboys Nation, we ain't bluffing. Off-season different, everybody can tell. Front office, moving like they breaking the spell. No more sitting on the sidelines, waiting out a whole NFL. Watching Dallas creating, Mike don't practice, got intensity. Everybody buying into the chemistry. Every rep, every drill, every hit. That's the mindset built for this. Talk, 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 cheap. Championships cause pain. Every workout, every drop of rain. Everybody eat when the team succeed. That's the culture every locker room needs. If you doubted us, keep watching. If you counted us out, keep talking. Every headline fueling the fire. Every critic just take us higher. Sunday lights, whole city alive. Every fan know the mission is survive. Fourth quarter, Dak still calm. Drive downfield, ring the alarm. Blue helmets, silver pants, whole stadium filled with faithful fans from Arlington all across the globe. Cowboys pride, everybody know history heavy, but we carry it proud. Here the stars shine bright through the crowd. New chapter, new identity, one heartbeat, one family. We them boys. 2026, hear the whole crowd make noise. Blue stars, lighting up the night. Dallas ready, yeah, we built to fight. From the kickoff to the final whistle blow, it's our time. Let's go, Dallas Cowboys. Cowboys. Dallas Cowboys. One team, one star, one mission.
Yo. What's going on, Cowboys Nation and Angry Cowboys fans around the world? Y'all know who it is. It's your man, the Angry Cowboys fan, and welcome to the Angry Cowboys Fan Podcast live stream, the place to find my raw and uncut while also giving yours. You know what I'm saying? So I can definitely put the link in the chat so that people can come up here and give me their perspective, their critiques of the team, what you expect from tomorrow's game with the Seattle Seahawks. But y'all know how I do. I gotta come in and say what's up to the chat. Right now we got a number of content creators going live for some odd reason or another. I can't find a time slot. I tell you, Cowboys Nation, I can't find a time slot. But what's up to everybody in the chat? What's going on, Vinny? What's going on, Jeremy Betts in the house? Carlito Cash, I seen you as well. Like I said, you got Boss Cowboy live, and you got others live right now. So hey, the numbers might be down, but it is what it is. The show must go on. People can catch it on the replay. But anyway, like I said, tomorrow's the first preseason game, y'all. We waited a long time. It seems like yesterday, actually, that we were drafting Caleb Downs. You know what I'm saying? It seems like yesterday. Now we are here getting ready for NFL football, getting ready for Dallas Cowboys football. Man, I love to see it. I'm glad that the 2026 season is really underway, that the pads are going to be popping tomorrow, and it's going to be NFL speed and time. You know what I'm saying? I mean, we've been watching the preseason and everything. I mean, not the preseason, but we've been watching training camp and everything, and ain't nothing like the real deal Holyfield. So that's what we get tomorrow. I mean, also tomorrow being my big brother's birthday. Rest in peace, brother. I love you. Hey, I'm going to be on here tomorrow as well. Me and Hoodie Kush were actually talking about maybe doing something tomorrow during the game. But, we'll see what we see. We'll see what it is. You know what I'm saying? And if we end up going live or live streaming during the game, let me see real quick. What is the time that we play tomorrow? Tomorrow we play at 8 p.m. So pretty much one of those primetime spots, but it's on a Saturday. So we get to see what we get to see tomorrow. And honestly, I can't wait. I know it's preseason, but like I said in my video, I've gotten fond of preseason after becoming a Cowboys content creator. I've become kind of fond of preseason, and I see its importance. I mean, before just being a fan of the Cowboys, I'm really like, man, what's up with preseason, man? We don't need preseason. Let's just go into the regular season. But right now, there's a lot of stuff, of important stuff that needs to happen during the preseason, and I recognize it. This is definitely a time that is needed. So I have such a respect for the preseason now. And y'all being here, I'm sure you guys do as well. But what the main things I really want to look forward to during this game, and I want to ask you guys that as well. If you want to be active in the chat, no pressure, but what's the main thing that you will be looking forward to in the game tomorrow and through the preseason? So my 5 things that I'm looking forward to in the whole preseason is the battle between Joe Milton and Sam Howell. That's the first thing, just because we need that backup. You know what I'm saying? If something fluke happens, I don't even want to talk it into existence or put it in the ether, but if something fluke happens, we need to be able to continue to go. You know what I'm saying? We need to be able to continue to go. So that battle between Joe Milton and Sam Howell is super important for, like I said. But a part of me, I want to see Joe Milton flourish. I want to see Joe Milton actually get to the place that he wants to be as far as quarterback goes, finding that difference in passing, find that touch pass. I mean, he's been working on it this year, and you can actually tell. Yes, he still throws those bullets, But at the same time, you could tell that he's been working on his placement. He's been working on his accuracy. When him and Sam Howell and Dak are throwing at that net, trying to get it in the pocket, he been hitting it in the pocket. No diddy. But I just want to see him flourish. We tried the whole Trey Lance thing. That didn't go anywhere. And this is kind of like Trey Lance 2.0. You know what I'm saying? It's like 2.0. So if Joe Milton can pull it off, his legs are dope. He's an athlete. He's just a freak athlete. He can run like the wind. And that just gives us another dynamic at the quarterback position, that dual threat quarterback. I mean, Dak Prescott, yeah, he can move the chains. If we're like 4 yards away, we need that 4 or 5 yards. He could definitely get those. But Dak, he too old to be running. And I know a lot of people want him to run. They want him to have those quarterback design plays. But at the same time, I'm like, at what cost? Last time he took off running down in Atlanta, it wasn't all that good. Yo, what's going on? Raven in the building. What's up with you? Hey, CZ, what's up with you? What's going on with you? I appreciate you being here. Even though you got those Eagles in my comment section. It's all good. It's all good. But, Sam Howell, he has commanded an offense starting quarterback, whenever was it? I believe it was when Jaden Daniels went down. He was with the Commanders, and he led the Commanders for a few years. You know what I'm saying? So he has that starting quarterback moxie. He's able to do that. So will the offense be more secure in a Sam Howell quarterback situation, or will it be more secure with Joe Milton? I honestly think Sam Howell has the edge in that situation just because of how long he has been in the league and what he's done with different teams. You know what I'm saying? So if you're really looking at the person that you can rely on, the old reliable, if something were to happen to the QB1, don't even want to put his name into that. But if something were to happen, I think the team would be in better hands if Sam Howell was the QB2. We got Legends Never Die in the building. What's going on with you? Randy McIntyre is in the building. What's going on? I appreciate you being here. You could be with any other content creator out there that's going live right now, but you're here with me, and I appreciate that. But I also appreciate everybody else that's rocking with those content creators as well, getting that Dallas Cowboys talk. Brandy just snuck in. What's up with you? Justin Harris in the building. What's going on? It's good to see y'all. But I was just talking about the quarterback situation and the importance of landing the QB2 and who that QB2 is going to be. You know what I'm saying? And I say Sam Howell, but hey, I want to see Joe Milton. If Joe Milton jumps off the page in preseason, then it's undeniable. You might have to go that route. You know what I'm saying? If he jumps off the page, he's completing passes, taking his reads, because I know they're going to simplify the game when he goes in. I mean, it's not going to be too complex, and we're going to talk about that as well, but it's going to be even more simplified if Joe Milton is in at quarterback as opposed to it being Dak Prescott. So if Joe can ball during this preseason, you might want to give him the reins just to go with the QB2. And obviously you have that emergency QB3 in Sam Howell. But at the same time, I believe last year, let me look that up. I think last year they went with 2. Let me see. No, I don't want the unofficial 2026 53-man roster. All right, yeah, last year, quarterbacks, they went with 2. So it was Dak Prescott and Joe Milton. So do they go with 3 this year, or do they just have Joe Milton, or whoever loses the QB2 battle, will they have him down at the practice squad? And yes, Miss Brandy, Milton is starting tomorrow. Yeah, he's starting the game tomorrow. So we get to see him in the bright lights. I mean, when it's not garbage time and when it's his avenue to play and prove himself. Because, this is what preseason is. And I don't want people getting it twisted as if, oh no, if we don't win in preseason, it's over. Like, nah, this is what preseason is. It's evaluation, and it's seeing what you have out there, seeing what you need to add, seeing what you need to subtract. And speaking of adding and subtracting, Randy McIntyre with the $2 super chat. I truly appreciate you. Says, go Cowboys. That's what I'm talking about. Go Cowboys. And every cash app that I get, I'm going to try and put it toward the Oxnard Fund for next year. I want to make it out to Oxnard to try and, get some good stories. I don't know if I would post any video because of what Christian Parker said this year. Like, man, it's kind of annoying, but I don't know if I want to add to that annoyance, but I definitely want to go out there and get a firsthand look at the prospects that we get from the draft next year and how the team is going to look in year 2 under Christian Parker and year 3 under Brian Schottenheimer. Man, I ain't drinking the Kool-Aid, but if I was, who cares? You know what I'm saying? If I was drinking the Kool-Aid, who cares? But I'm not there yet. You know what I'm saying, Cowboys Nation? I'm not at the point of where I got my pitcher and I'm ready to pour. I'm not there yet. But preseason, it could tell me something. You know what I'm saying? It could definitely have me pick up my cup and ready to take a sip. All right, but the second thing that I'm looking forward to in tomorrow's game, as well as the rest of the preseason, is the running backs that'll be playing in preseason. I mean, we know Javonte Williams is not going to be playing in preseason. Shotty already said that in his presser. So now you got Jadon Blue, Phil Maffa. Who's going to start? Do we have a starting lineup for tomorrow's game? Are they going to do that tomorrow? Starting lineup for tomorrow's game. Probably not. Yeah, I swear. Google was like Dak Prescott and Javonte Williams. Like, no, that's not happening. All right, let's see. NBC 5, Dallas, Fort Worth. They actually wrote a story about this 14 hours ago. Let me see if my computer gonna act right. All right, Charles Nicholson. All right, the Dallas Cowboys take on the Seattle Seahawks on Saturday at Lumen Field. It'll be the first game at that stadium since the Seahawks won the NFC Championship game and then the Super Bowl. The defending Super Bowl champions. How many times do we have to do that? How many times do we have to start our damn season out with the Super Bowl champions? We did it with the Philadelphia Eagles. Now we're doing it with the Seahawks. But hey, True Cowboy in the building. What's going on with you? What's going on with you? All right, says the Cowboys are trying to reach those heights for the first time in 30 years. You know, they got to put that in there. But the Seahawks will not be handing over their trophies without a fight. The Cowboys offense returns all 11 starters from one of the best units in the league last season. They're aiming to be the greatest offense there is, or Gotti. It becomes a team mantra at camp. Credit to Dak Prescott. But we trying to find who the starters are going to be. This is what I pulled this thing up for, and lo and behold, it doesn't have anything. Lord have mercy, NBC. Y'all had me up here thinking that y'all was going. All right, how about this? I'm going to go to the depth chart, and I'm going to look and see like what I feel the starters will be. 20 players aren't playing in tomorrow's game. Vinny said 20. 20, y'all? So we ain't gonna see no Dak Prescott, no CD Lamb. I mean, we might not even see Caleb Downs. I mean, to keep it a buck, we might not even see Caleb Downs. That's crazy. Yo, what's going on with you, Chris May in the building? What's going on with you? All right, Landon Huxons. What's going on with you with the $5 super chat? Bring it up on the screen real quick. bringing it up on the screen. It says, I love your channel. Keep up the hard work, man. I've been thinking about getting into content creating. Do you got any advice? The first bit of advice that I can give you if you want to become a Dallas Cowboys content creator is just like that old Nike mantra, just do it. You know what I'm saying? Because you will stay in that I'm thinking about starting phase for a long time. If you don't just one day wake up and be like, you know what? Record what's going on, Cowboys Nation. So definitely, if you want to start. You know what I'm saying? That's the first bit of advice that I can give you. But more advice, try to form a thicker skin, because I believe there's a jump between content creator and fandom. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying that content creators know more than a fan or are bigger or some reason than a fan. No, it's about putting your fandom on the back burner. You know what I'm saying? At least for me. I want to try to be objective, even if I'm talking about the Philadelphia Eagles or anybody in the NFC East. What I try to do, I want to be objective in my talk, and I don't want to seem like a hater. So you will get people in your comment section that don't agree with you, and that is totally fine. Everybody should have a voice and be able to express their voice, but at the same time, you will get those trolls in your comment section that you do have to have a thicker skin for. So I say develop it, and over time, it's like a callus. It will develop on its own. You know what I'm saying? But go in it with that in mind. And also, you would be starting content after a losing season. Me, fortunately, I started in, I believe it was the third 12-5 season. So we were really riding high, you know what I'm saying? And after 2 12-5s, I know we unceremoniously got booted out of the playoffs those 2 times, but we really were on a high with those 3 12-5 seasons. And that's where I started. And so it was a snowball effect. And I'm pretty sure a lot of people, they'll see me come up on their for yous or whatever. They'll see a short, and they'll see the name, the Angry Cowboys Fan. It's like, oh boy, this dude gonna be busting up his computer monitors. He's gonna be breaking his TV screens and stuff like that. So I think that's where a number of people came from, but that's neither here nor there. It's not about me. It's about you starting your channel. Come up with your name. Come up with, what you want to talk about, how you want to bring your content, what your content is going to be about, and just go, man. Real talk. And when you do, come on here, let me know, tell me your channel name and everything. I'll go over, I'll subscribe to you and everything, and I'll watch. I will watch you. I'll support you. And believe me, if you have any type of question when it comes to content creation or just life in general, you can find me on X or you can find me on TikTok. You can hit me in my DMs, ask me a question. I got you. You know what I'm saying? I will let you in on the secrets, because ain't no gatekeeping over here. There is millions of lanes to talk Dallas Cowboys talk. And I would welcome you to the Cowboys content creation family. So with that being said, my advice is just do it. Put on your Cowboys shirt and your Cowboys hat and press record. Cowboys Nation got you. And be patient. That's what I'm saying. Be patient, because you might do a live and it only have 5 people. You're not going to start out with 100 people watching your live. It takes the legwork. So make sure you are consistent. If you're going to start and keep going, and just do what you do normally. And that's love the Dallas Cowboys and express it. You know what I'm saying? But we here for you. Cowboys Nation is here for you. Get your start on. We definitely rooting for you. Real talk. All right. Landon. All right. I'm going to remember that name. I'm going to come back to this live so that I know who to look for whenever, just let me know when you started, though. Let me know so I can go over. All right. Yeah, see it. Vinny said it. Vinny said it as well. Just be you. And that's what people rock with. If you're genuine, not trying to put on a show or anything like that, just be genuine and people will flock to you. Real talk. Real talk. Oh, remix. Rolando, what's going on with you? What's going on with you? It's good to see you up in here. Good to see you. All right, let me see. Randy. Randy said, I hope they don't play downs too long tomorrow. I hope they give them a couple reps, maybe give them a series or something. Just have them go out there and see what it's like. Full speed, full NFL speed. This ain't college no more. So I would love for you to have your welcome to the NFL moment in the preseason so you can get it out of your system. But we know, hey, that it's few and far in between. It may not happen. It may happen in the season. But yeah, get him out there, get him a taste of what it feels like, of how that full NFL speed comes quick at you. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I don't want him to play long, just like you, Randy. I wouldn't want him to play long. Just get it in your system. Yeah, let's see. Oh, Vinny, they said Downs and Lawrence are playing. Like I said, go ahead and put them in there for a series. It's okay, put them in there for a series, but the game's not needed to be won. You know what I'm saying? So we can play anybody on the roster that we have right now, and it's okay. So yeah, go out there, get a taste. Malachi Lawrence, go out there, get a taste. Because the only way you're gonna be able to add tools to that tool bag is if you out on the field. So yeah, hey, I'm looking forward to it. And I know y'all are too. I know y'all are. Yeah, Vetty, that's what I'm talking about. We about to see what Luke Schoonmaker got. And if I'm not mistaken, I think this may be Schoonmaker's contract year, or he got one more year to it. Let me see. Is this Luke Schoonmaker's contract year? Yes. 2026 is the final year of Luke Schoonmaker 4-year rookie contract with the Dallas Cowboys. So, bro, you either going to have to go out there and you're going to have to ball. And I'm not talking about you got to be 1,000-yard tight end because, very few tight ends. The elite tight ends can get you 1,000 and stuff, or over 1,000. But, bro, you got to get me more than what you have gotten me. I want to check out this dude's stats. Because you ain't been that effective since you've been drafted by the Dallas Cowboys. I mean, 2023, 8 receptions for 65 yards. He had 2 touchdowns, so he was in the red zone. 2024, 27 receptions for 241 yards. 8.9 yards a catch. His longest was 24 yards with 1 touchdown. In 2025, 14 receptions. So his production dipped under Brian Schottenheimer. So 14 receptions, 132 yards, 9.4 yards a carry. His longest was 29 yards with no touchdowns. So his production kind of dipped. So it's like, bro, you're going to have to show us more than 241 yards at the tight end 2 position. I know it ain't Jake Ferguson, and you ain't gonna be that much of a security blanket, but damn, you got to get more than 241 yards, my guy. Like real talk, especially if you thinking about you wanting to get an extension that's worth something with the Dallas Cowboys. Right now, you on the path to getting that vet minimum. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't think any other team is breaking down the doors to come get a Luke Schoonmaker. Even when they look at his film, I don't think that they're breaking down the doors trying to come get him. And if I remember correctly, Luke Schoonmaker, he was not really expensive, but he was an expensive pick. He was 58th overall. You know what I'm saying? Like 58 overall, you got drafted in the second round, bro. So you got to give us some second round production out on the field. But I know a lot of Cowboys fans, maybe including myself, who knows? But I know a lot of Cowboys fans is like, all right, we got Jake Ferguson, we got Brevin Spanford. We need to go ahead and put Michael Trigg on this damn team. And like I said, I'm with it. I believe that Brevin Spanford can play the tight end position better than Luke Schoonmaker can play the tight end position. And so you move Brevin Spanford to that tight end 2. No, did he? That tight end 2. Obviously, Jake Ferguson at the 1, and then you have Michael Trigg for that last one. And then if you need to move Luke Schoonmaker from the fullback position, motion him into the tight end position, you can do that too. I mean, Hunter Lipke, he has caught a few, he's caught a couple crucial third down plays for first down. So, I mean, he has the hands. He may not have the height, but he has the stockiness to be able to hold his own at that position. So, Michael Trigg, if he makes the team, that's another deep threat. I mean, he ain't running Tyreek Hill 40s, but at the same time, he can take the top off the defense. So you sending him up the seams, and especially if you got a spread offense and you sending him up the seams, bro, what they gonna do? You know what I'm saying? At that point, if they on all go routes, you got pick your poison. You know what I'm saying? Pick your poison. You got CeeDee Lamb, George Pickens, Ryan Flournoy, and then Michael Trigg. But pick your poison. But they need, that's another position battle that I'm looking toward preseason to actually make the determination. I mean, you haven't heard Luke Schoonmaker's name really in training camp. You haven't really heard it. And if you hear it every now and then, like, okay, like he is staking a claim. He is making his play known out there, but you're just not hearing nothing. Honestly, I heard about Michael Trigg more than I heard about Luke Schoonmaker. And with 240 yards on the season, I believe a rookie Michael Trigg could get you that. I mean, is the blocking that exquisite that we can't get rid of him because he's a blocking machine in the run game? Can we teach that same type of blocking to Michael Trigg? See, I got to look something else up. Michael Trigg's height and weight. All right, this man is 6'4", 240 pounds. So, he got the size. About an inch taller than I am. Luke Schoonmaker's height and weight. And I know Luke Schoonmaker's like 6'6". He's 6'5", 250 pounds. So 2 inches, no diddy, 2 inches and 10 pounds. That's all that separates Michael Trigg from Luke Schoonmaker. Like, bro, if Michael Trigg balls out with the opportunities that he is given, you better. And they signed into something different than what a normal UDFA would get. Like, bro, get that man on the 53-man roster. Put Luke Schoonmaker back on the practice squad, or if you can move him to get maybe a 5th-round pick, move him to get a 5th-round pick, a 4th or a 5th-round pick. I mean, we got him in the 2nd round, so, but I don't know if people gonna spend that kind of money for a Luke Schoonmaker. But Michael Trigg, I'm all for it. Yep. Trayshawn Holden. and the rookie Smith is gonna play. Yeah, we get to see that. Is Marquez Valdez Scantling? Is he all right? Or is he injured? Marquez Valdez Scantling injury. The Dallas Cowboys wide receiver Marquez Valdez Scantling is undergoing an MRI to evaluate a knee injury sustained during practice. Coach Brian Schottenheimer noted that the team is holding him out as a precaution, and initial reports indicate the injury is not believed to be serious. Hell of a time to get an injury. Hell of a time to get an injury in a hell of a position group. Like, bro, getting that injury right now, that did not help your chances in making this squad. That drop football that Dak Prescott threw to Jonathan Mingo, and that thing went right through his arms. Bro, this ain't the time to be doing that. You had OTAs and mini camps and stuff to be doing that, and now is not the time. Drops like that, and Dak put it only where he could catch it, and you drop it, bro. This ain't the time. This ain't the time. All right. Rolando says, Angry, what's up from South Texas? Cheers. Started watching you then. Go Cowboys. Hey, absolutely. Absolutely. Cheers, brother. Actually, matter of fact, cheers. I got some coffee. Yeah. Man, like I said, football's here, and we here to root it on together. That's what I'm talking about. I appreciate each and every one of y'all being here. All right, Kathleen. For me, there is no other team. Absolutely no other team. All right. Oh, well, I got this team and I got my home team. Nah. Your home and away team is one team. And my home and away team is them Dallas Cowboys. Hey, Randy McIntyre says he wants to see Camden Brown. I mean, this is what it's for. You're going to see those third and fourth stringers and stuff like that. That's going to get their time to shine. So what do you do with it? You know, Eminem, you only got one shot. Do not miss your chance to blow. And your chance to blow is during them Seahawks tomorrow. Damn, boy. I keep saying tomorrow because I am just so stoked that we're through it all. We made it through another off season, y'all. Glory be to God. We made it through another off season, and we made it together. Like I said, man, I appreciate y'all. I appreciate the hell out of y'all. This would not be a thing without y'all. Lonnie, what's going on? Says Milton Domingo for 2 touchdowns tomorrow. I'm expecting our first team on offense and defense to look good. See, your first team, because if you're talking about your first team, you're talking about your starters. Yeah, none of the starters are playing. But I mean, I get what you mean. You know, you expecting our offense and our defense to look good. I'm expecting it too. You know, I'm expecting more good than I am bad. And I hate to have expectations, but hey, I'm expecting more good than bad. Am I expecting a blown coverage? Yeah. This is the first game of this particular group being together. You know what I'm saying? As far as the defensive side of the ball, the defense is almost completely turned over. So am I expecting a learning curve? Yeah. Am I expecting a blown coverage? Maybe, yeah. But I'm expecting them to put stuff on film that they can go back to and be like, listen, this is what happened. This is where I had my mental error, and it won't happen again. You know, I heard that Caleb Downs had one of those moments in practice, and he was like, it won't happen again. And it hasn't happened again since. Yeah, speaking of Siobhan Revel Jr., man, he was over at the Rams. He was over at the Rams thing doing his deal. Hey, what is that? It's a gold coin. It's a gold coin on my screen. Let me see what that is. Oh, we got a $10 super chat. Appreciate you. Appreciate you, Landon. It says, I appreciate the advice. Now time for Cowboy talk from me with Quentin Williams' new contract. How would you feel if Cowboys traded for a right tackle? How would you feel if the Cowboys traded for a right tackle? Son Von Miller. I can't wait for tomorrow. Yo, I laugh. I laugh because, bro, that's one of my topics. That's one of my topics that I was going to talk about tonight. That this offensive line, it needs to really address the right tackle spot. You know, whether you acquire one that can be a starter for you or you have to go trade for one. I know everybody's talking about, well, with linebacker or edge, Max Crosby, edge or cornerback. You need to pay attention to that right tackle position because from what I heard about that joint practice, Terrence Steele was getting beat like a drum again. And we know Terrence Steele is a better run blocker than he is, a pass protector. We need a pass protector too. We can't have you good at one and not good at the other. We need you good at both. So, like, yeah, we really need to address that right tackle position. And I'm not trying to hear about, well, we'll just slide Tyler Guyton over to the right tackle and then we'll put Tyler Smith at left tackle. No. Tyler Smith became an all-pro guard. Leave him at guard. If you wanted him at tackles, you should have kept him at tackle, but you moved him into guard for necessity. And like the whole Micah Parsons situation, he fell in love with it and he thrived in it. Keep him there. So next year, shoot, with that first round pick, y'all might be hearing a tackle being drafted to the Dallas Cowboys because at this point, Terrence Steele, he's a liability out there. We need movers of men, and we have movers of men in the interior of the offensive line. But like I said in my video earlier today, those bookend tackles, Tyler Guyton, they say he's making moves, he's improving and stuff. I feel like they did that whole Nate Thomas position battle with Tyler Guyton just to light a fire under his butt. They didn't really have any inclination or any gumption to actually move Nate Thomas in spite of Tyler Guyton. I think they just wanted to light a fire under him. So you're going to see that man play with purpose. You're going to see that man play to get his name out of the dirt because, since he's been here, he's either been hurt. He did his thing against Myles Garrett when we opened up with the Cleveland Browns. But like I like to remind people, that game started out with 3 sacks, but that third sack was called back because of a penalty. A penalty on the defense. So we kind of lucked out there. But, with him shadow boxing in the rain and working with, he even worked with BT Jordan, even though BT Jordan's on the defensive side of the ball, he worked with him to, really hone in his craft. So hopefully it will show on the field. And if it shows on the field and you can see the stark difference between the line from the left side to the right side because the right keeps breaking down because Tyler Booker has to do so much in order to help Terrence Steele, we got to address it. Real talk. That's funny that you mentioned that. That's really funny. Yeah, you're going to start talking with Quentin Williams' contract. Yeah, get in there. Talk about that contract. I'll be there to listen. Real talk. Let me address this coin. All right, Stephen Mack. Yeah, with 10 jewels. Gave me the lucky Irish coin, the lucky clover. I appreciate you. Can I put that on the screen? Well, I guess it's on the screen right there. So I appreciate you, bro. I appreciate you for the jewels, and I appreciate you being here and being DC for life. Absolutely. All right, Lonnie said we could probably own. we could probably only getting a future we talking about Luke Schoonmaker. You get a future late pick in the 6th round. That's if a team was willing to trade for him. And that's my concern too. Will a team be willing to trade for a Luke Schoonmaker who hasn't put anything on film? I think the only reason a team would look at Luke Schoonmaker and be like, well, he may had a bum rap at Dallas. I mean, Dallas had a lot of receiving talent, so maybe he was pushed to the back burner, but he's a second round pick. And my thing is, bro, you weren't pushed to the back burner. You were out on the field. There were times, there were packages where you were out on the field, and either A, Dak didn't trust you enough to get you the ball, or B, you were just a blocker, or C, you couldn't find the soft spots on the field and zone. I don't know which one it is, but something's got to give with that tight end 2 position. Me personally, like I said, I would give it to Brevin Spanford, and I would bump Michael Trigg up to 3. See you later, Luke Schoonmaker. We'll put you on the practice squad or something like that. If we can't get anything for you, but I hate to say it, don't be expecting no extension unless it's team friendly. All right. Jesse says expect more running game and tight ends. There you go. Luke Schoonmaker. Yeah, expect more run. Absolutely. I mean, me personally, I expect like maybe if we're talking about running 12, 13 personnel, jumbo set, and in those jumbo sets, you can have all 3 of them out there at the same time, all 3 tight ends. And with the jumbo set, with those tight ends, and then you have, let's say, a Phil Maffa in there, goal line situation, trying to punch it in for 6 or whatever. Like, yo, that can happen. And honestly, what big man we got? What big man we got? I'll be looking at somebody, let's say, a Johnny Cornelius, or let's see, just a big guy, a big boy. Maybe a Malachi Lawrence or somebody like that. If we need to get in there, we're right on the 1 yard line. We need 1 yard to get in there to get that tub. Put a big boy back there. We need a 2-point conversion. Put a big boy back there. And then fake the handoff and throw it. Because if you put a big boy back there, they're going to sell out to the run. You put a big guy back there, like a big D tackle or, somebody like that, and they're going to be like, oh, shoot, let's stack the box. They gonna run it. Hike that ball, hit that play action, and just dump it right to a tight end. I ain't saying it'll work every time, but it'll work. It'll work that first, maybe second time, but then people going to have film on you. But, yeah, I'm expecting more of the run game. Maybe toward the end of the game, I'll expect, them kind of airing the ball out, trying to see what Joe Milton and Sam Howell have as far as, arm strength, arm talent, placement, things like that. Because, like I said, this is about evaluation. This is about evaluation, Cowboys Nation. We trying to see what we got here. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Vinny. I think Dak would be happy too. I think Dak would be happy with the fact of having so many receiver threats. You know what I'm saying? I think he would be real happy because, like I said, with Luke Schoonmaker, it's like, bro, I could throw it to him, but I don't know. I just don't trust him. I don't know if Dak's saying that, but me personally, I don't trust him. And Vinny, we on the same page, brother. We on the same page. Still is a liability. He's a liability out on the field. We got to address that position. Like I said, whether it's acquisition or trade, we need to address the right tackle spot. Because I ain't trying to have my 33-year-old quarterback running for his life back there because dude can't hold a block. And I mean, shoot, even on Madden 27, offensive line is Swiss cheese because of Terrence Steele. Like, people beat him all the time. I'm sitting there, I'm like, how did I get this dude in my face? And so I go to the replay. He beat Terrence Steele. I'm like, damn, man, even Madden picking on you. We got to address that. But this is something I'm going to do while I go over my spiel. If anybody wants to come up and give their raw and uncut, bam, the link is in the chat. So if y'all want to come up, give your raw and uncut, give your perspective, your takes on the upcoming preseason game against the Seattle Seahawks, go ahead, hit that link, come up and holler at your boy. Well, not your boy, your man. I'm a man, damn it, I ain't a boy. But anyway, all right, we're gonna get into the third thing I want to see. I went on a whole tangent. Now I'm back where I'm supposed to be. The third thing I want to see during these preseason games is the communication on the defensive side of the ball. That's what I've been hearing about when it comes to practice. And Brian Schottenheimer saying that, oh, you can hear them. They're super loud, especially when they're in the meeting room. They're really loud. Okay. They're really loud. So I want to hear that even when you're not mic'd up, because we can look at that broadcast and hear people screaming. You know what I'm saying? If I can hear the quarterback say alert, 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 I can definitely hear the quarterback of the defensive side of the ball be able to communicate to his guys as well. And with DeMarvion Overshown not playing in the preseason, who's going to be your green dot? You know what I'm saying? Who is going to be your green dot? I mean, as of right now, obviously they got DeMarvion Overshown in that top spot. But right behind him, they got Shamar James. Looking at our lad's depth chart of the Dallas Cowboys, and they're pretty accurate. They have the base, a 3-4 base, with DeMarvion Overshown being that first team green dot and Shamar James right after him. But then you have Curtis Robinson, who's after Shamar James. They got Jayshawn Barham as the will, the weak side linebacker. And from what I'm understanding, like when he's in practice, when they're at training camp, they're talking about him being in the green dot position as well. And the way that man looked, like that boy looked like a monster. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, man, maybe you should have him. I mean, he's quick. He attacks the ball. He's aggressive. Like, huge frame. Like, have him at the green dot. I want to see him at the green dot tomorrow a little bit, But I definitely looking forward to this game. I'm looking at the communication, who's saying what, if they play Caleb Downs, how he's going to be effective in said communication. I mean, I don't worry about the offensive communication because we're kind of bringing the same offense that we had last year, under the same offensive coordinator, under the same head coach. So your offense, I mean, it could take a step back, but at the same time, this is consistency with Dak Prescott. When he's healthy, he's a consistent quarterback. So falling back big, I don't foresee that happening. Staying the same, maybe. You know what I'm saying? Staying the same, maybe, because we were out there scoring 30 and 40 points. You know what I'm saying? So, damn, I'm saying, you know what I'm saying a lot. We went out there and we scored 30 points and 40 points during last year. So I don't foresee that changing, especially now that Ryan Flournoy has had ample opportunity and time at that wide receiver spot. And speaking of wide receiver 3, please don't make that not Javante, but Kevontae Turpin. Please don't make it Kevontae Turpin. I'm kind of tired of seeing Cavante Turpin at the wide receiver 3 spot. Like, bro was brought to the team for punt and kickoff and maybe a gadget play here and there. You know, understandably so, he wants to work to try and be that wide receiver 3, but at the same time, my brother, like, you got like a Ryan Flournoy that is fully capable. And I mean, he ain't as fast as Cavante Turpin, but the brother still plays special teams and he has reliable hands. And I'm not saying that Cavante Turpin don't, but there are times where Cavante Turpin's smacking his helmet because he let a ball hit his hands and drop right out. So I need the reliability at the wide receiver 3 spot. So Ryan Flournoy. Let's see. All right, I am up to date on my chat. So the fourth thing that I'll be looking toward in this preseason and this preseason game and the next is how the cornerbacks hold up, how in the pockets of their assignments they are. You know what I'm saying? Oh, here we go. That's my filler word. Sorry. Just the cornerbacks, who's going to start against the Seahawks, who's going to start during the preseason, who they will sit, will they sit a Kobe Durant? Will they sit a Deron Bland? Because if they do that, then there you go. There's your two, so will they play Siobhan Revel Jr.? And I think this is Kalen Carson's, like, if you don't show us something now, then we may be done with you, brother. Yo, what's going on with you, Lord Nova in the building? What's going on with you? But yeah, man, I'm looking for these cornerbacks to do something. I mean, you ain't got to sit there and have pick after pick after pick, but I'm looking to see how sticky you're going to be with your assignment. I'm looking to see how you play zone. I'm looking to see the fundamentals in your game. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, here we go. I'm gonna put a counter up when I say, you know what I'm saying. But I'm just looking forward to that, to see who emerges in the cornerback room, who we're gonna be going into this season with. Because I did my prediction, y'all was with me when we did the whole 53-man roster prediction, and Hoodie Kush was with me as well. So I want to see how close I am to the prediction that I had, because what I did, I mean, obviously they ain't gonna listen to me, but the players that I picked, look out. Like, the Dallas Cowboys defense could be something if they go with these specific players. If you try and be cute, then that could be the deciding factor in our guys getting torched. So I hope that they're not cute. And the good thing is that we got, and I hate to keep bringing it back to this, but we got Christian Parker. We have somebody that was a defensive backs coach that knows what the hell he's looking for in his defensive backs. So I kind of find solace and rely on that fact. But the fifth thing that I'll be looking at is, and we talked about it, the depth at the tackle position. I mean, we didn't see it, but it was reported by numerous sources that Terrence Steele was getting whooped on in Los Angeles, that he was getting beat like a drum, and we're going to have to address it sooner rather than later. I mean, right now, you got Terrence Steele, then you got Drew Shelton, then Ajani Cornelius, and we traded for how you say that? Gutierrez Sebastian from San Francisco. We traded for him, and I mean, Drew Shelton, was he injured? Let me see. Drew Shelton injury. Drew Shelton dealt with a hamstring injury during the pre-draft process and the previous shoulder surgery following the 2023 college season. Currently, as an offensive tackle for the Dallas Cowboys, he is healthy and participating in camp and practices. All right, so we got Drew Shelton participating. That's a good thing because we need competition. We need competition at that spot. And Drew Shelton, he was 112 overall. So that made him a fourth round pick. He was a fourth round pick. So, I mean, it could happen. He could be what we need. But at the same time, Johnny Cornelius has been with the team. This will be the second year, if I'm not mistaken. But I'm thinking that he may be your backup to Terrence Steele if Drew Shelton isn't panning out. But hopefully he's panning out because I like to have the youth on my side. But yeah, that's the 5 things that I'm looking forward to see in training camp, to see it all unfold, even when, because tomorrow the 15th we play, and then Tuesday is their last day in Oxnard, where they go back and they actually they start the process when no fans can be there. They go back to Frisco and start setting up for the regular season. But let me see. And that was another thing that I went to the Eagles Collective yesterday, and I had to say, I had to say, this is preseason. Everybody's gonna sit there and, oh man, we kicking ass. Cool, but it's preseason. Remember that. This is the evaluation process. This isn't about dubs. This isn't about winning. This is about honing in the fundamentals, honing in the communication, seeing where you may be stagnant or slowing down, where the machine itself, the entire machine, is glitching. You get to see that in preseason before any of these wins count. So my thing is, go out there with the fundamentals in mind, with setting the tone, the discipline, and then it'll be like muscle memory once we get to the first week of the regular season. So just remember, it's preseason. Even if you got a Philadelphia Eagles fan that wants to troll if you lose, like, it don't make no difference. You know what I'm saying? This one ain't going on our record. So it's just preseason. But another thing that I want to talk about was the whole Quentin Williams contract situation. I don't want to go about it in depth, but I'm just thankful that Jerry and Stephen Jones had the wherewithal to get it done this year. I mean, I honestly think that was the biggest contract that you would look forward to in the near future, while also conducting the George Pickens contract. You know what I'm saying? Ugh. That's one of my ticks, y'all. I swear to God, I am going to get over it, and y'all gonna help me get over it. I gotta stop. Every time I say, you know what I'm saying, I'm gonna shock myself. But that was a huge thing to get out the way. Like, now there should be nothing stopping Jerry Jones and Stephen Jones from signing George Pickens. I am not trying to see this man go on a second franchise tag. I'm not trying to see that, especially if he goes out there and he at least has the year that he had last year. That's still worthy of a contract. You know what I'm saying? That's worthy of a contract. Shoot. I swear. I'm trying to be more conscious of the, you know what I'm saying, because when I took public speaking in college, she always told me that that's a filler word. That's a filler saying. If you're gonna say, you know what I'm saying, just don't say nothing at all. So if you hear me get silent, my brain went back to, you know what I'm saying. But I'm trying to get Pickens on this team. I'm trying to get Pickens on this team for this shoddy window. Because, like I've said in the past, this is the shoddy window, the shoddy plan. Once Brian Schottenheimer became the head coach, the window started. We added Christian Parker. Unfortunately, he came to the party late. Him and his defensive staff came to the party late, but now they are a part of the shoddy window. And if the Dallas Cowboys were to win a Super Bowl within said window, the job has been done. You know what I'm saying? The prayers have been answered. God almighty. Y'all gonna see me struggle all night with that shit. True Cowboy. ACF, do you have any information about the rookie offensive line? No, I don't. I haven't heard anything from training camp. I don't even know how to pronounce bro name. Shaez Pete. I haven't heard anything about him. I haven't heard his name really even being mentioned, and that scares me. I'm keeping a buck. That scares me because it's like, sometimes it's like no news is good news, but at the same time, we trying to hear what you got going on. We trying to hear if you making a splash in training camp. Let's see. IndianSports.com. Dallas Cowboys release first unofficial depth chart and undrafted free agent. How do you say that? Shaez Pete is listed as the third string right guard on the offensive line. First preseason game for the Dallas Cowboys will be Saturday at Seattle Seahawks. Dallas Cowboys rookie Shaez Pete, number 75, getting it done on the first day of training camp. Yeah, that's all they got. Those two stories and then his rookie interview. That's all you hear from him. That's not a good sign. That's not a good sign. With the Dallas Cowboys being thin along the offensive line, John Machota of the Athletics says Shazat. Damn it, how you pronounce it? I'm gonna say Pete. Damn it. Pete could be a dark horse candidate to make the 53-man roster. But that was May 30th. So obviously he hasn't had too much of a dent when it comes to training camp. So that's all I'm seeing, bro. Real talk. Like I said, no news ain't good news at this point in time. Real talk. But let's see what I got for y'all before we get up out of here. I honestly, and y'all seen it on the thumbnail, y'all seen the Kool-Aid man jump out of AT&T Stadium. The reason why I put that is because on paper, this is a dope team. What Christian Parker says in press conferences, that's everything that I want to hear. You know what I'm saying? We gonna work on it. That's everything that I want to hear. That is everything that I want to hear. And Shoddy, he always has the right answer. I feel like we're good, but at the same time, don't let the ego fool you. The NFC East is looking like the NFC Beast again. On paper. On paper, I really feel like each team has gotten better. There's a huge question mark surrounding two of the four teams in the NFC East, and that's the New York Giants and the Washington Commanders. How will that defense for the Washington Commanders look? Will Jaden Daniels bounce back to the rookie Jaden Daniels? Will Jackson Dart and Cam Scatterboo. Will they be the dynamic duo that the New York Giants need in order to start putting points up on the board? Will they give us a run for our money? Because I've said that I feel that the New York Giants is going to be more of a thorn in our side this year than the Philadelphia Eagles. And, Eagles fans can't stand it. I say that, but I don't worry too much about the Eagles offense. I really don't. Just for the simple fact that who they brought in for their offensive coordinator and what I feel that offensive coordinator is going to be having Jalen Hurts do. It doesn't strike fear in my heart. It really doesn't. We seen, and Eagles fans are mad because there was 15 million views on that interception that Jalen Hurts threw over the middle, and they don't understand why there's so many views. I'm like, for one, you guys make it so insufferable with Jalen Hurts that people just hate him to hate him, hate him because of the fan base. But two, you just solidified in everybody else's mind what everybody other than a Philadelphia Eagles fan is thinking. He can't throw over the middle of the field. So what do y'all do? What does the Philadelphia Eagles media team do? They find the one interception from Quinyon Mitchell that picks him off in the middle of the field. So you pretty much just solidified what we all were thinking. And they don't understand that. I was on the Eagles collective, and they were like, well, why is he the most hated? Why do y'all hate him so much? It was like, we hate him because of y'all. Because every time there's a quarterback conversation and he's not involved, y'all have to place him in it. Whenever there's a top 10 list that he doesn't fall in the top 10, y'all want to complain and force him in it. Like, we tired of being force-fed Jalen Hurts. No diddy. But, we tired of that. So he's going to get the hate. And that's what it is, plain and simple. But this Cowboys team this year could put a dent in the NFL. I'll be real with you. It could put a dent in the NFL. We've seen what this offense can do. We have talent on the defensive side of the ball. And I believe we also have talent with that coaching staff as well. A bunch of teachers out there, not a bunch of coaches trying to force you into this scheme. Teachers that are making the scheme with who they have and trying to teach them. That's something that Matt Eberflus did not do. He was very rigid with his scheme. He was very rigid in adjustments and making the scheme to tailor to his players. He expected his players to conform to his scheme and not the other way around. And when you try to do that, I just feel like that's a recipe for disaster. Like, these guys aren't just defensive player number 1 or defensive player number 2, like, these guys, they learn different. So you got to teach different. And seeing that every coach on this team, whether it's offense or defense, the jury's out on special teams, but every coach is a teacher. And these players need to be taught so that they can rise to the occasion and be prepared when those bright lights hit. Because as much as people want to say Dak Prescott folds under pressure when the bright lights hit, the whole team folds under pressure. It ain't like Dak Prescott's the only one that has gaudy stats in the postseason. The defense does as well, But hey, Danks, what's going on with you? What's going on with you, bro? Says new team. What do you mean? What do you mean new team? Shoot. But we also get to relish in the fact that DeMarvion Overshown is on a contract year. So usually when a player is out there looking for a contract, he wants a contract, he's going to play at the best of his ability. He's going to give you everything that he can. So we've seen a healthy DeMarvion Overshown. Like, we got a glimpse of him before his first injury. Then we got a glimpse of him when he came back. Then that second injury happened. So hopefully we can see what we saw last year and him turn it up a notch, especially if he's going to be that green dot in the middle of the defense. It's going to be super duper important. Let's see. Dika says, Bird section fellas just passed away. Angry. What? What? Because what you talking about, bro? Hold on, y'all. What you talking about, bro? Bird section Phelps just passed away. Check on Leo. Oh boy. All right, I'm throw out a my bad, y'all. I had to throw out a message real quick. See what's really going on. So Dane says half the players, most of the coaches were replaced. Absolutely. So yeah, you're right. A new team. This is pretty much a new team. Like especially from 2023, from that loss to the Green Bay Packers, this is an entirely new team. Sure, you got your CD Lamb and your Dak Prescott and Jake Ferguson, but for the majority, everybody is new. Tyler Smith. Man, it's going to be exciting to see. It really is. It really is. But the preseason's also going to show us if we can skate by with what we have, or if we're going to need to invest in a Max Crosby or bring a Von Miller to this team. We need an edge rusher. We definitely do. Von Miller been on Instagram talking about I can roll out of bed and get 8 and 9 sacks. So we might need to put that to the test. Real talk. If you're talking about you can get 8 and 9 sacks just rolling out of bed, we need that. And honestly, I was surprised that they didn't sign Jadeveon Clowney, but now he got signed to the Houston Texans, unless they decide at the last minute to cut him, which I highly doubt. That was who drafted him, so that might be who he ends his NFL career with. But if you can get a Von Miller, shoot, I would even go get a Von Miller and a Bobby Wagner. That would help this team out tremendously. That way you got even more veteran presence in the locker room. You have a veteran guy at the linebackers position. They could help. They could teach as well. They could teach if somebody was stumbling with the Christian Parker scheme. They're veterans. They've been in the league for this long for a reason. So they'll be able to get the scheme. They can help the young guys. They can help them along. They can become a part of that council of leaders in the Dallas Cowboys. And it could only help. Real talk. Oh, yo. I see what you're saying now, because yo, damn. Y'all real quick, if y'all can, just sitting where you are, Philadelphia Eagles fan base lost a real one. I did a few lives with him, got to know him through the Birds section, but Fells, he passed away. Damn. Yeah, so Leo just messaged me, said that they hurting over there. So I just want to have a quick moment of silence for Fells and Eagles Nation losing a soldier. All right, guys, man. With that being said, I'm gonna have to go check on the homie. I'm gonna have to go check on the homie, see how they doing and everything. But we can't end it with this. Hug your loved ones, hug your friends. You know, text that friend that you haven't texted in a minute just to let them know that you're thinking about them and that you respect them and things like that. Because you never know when it'll be the last time. You know what I'm saying? And the funny thing is, we're talking about this, and my brother's birthday is tomorrow. And so I am, I won't, I got to see what Hoodie's gonna do as far as the live stream for the game or whatever. But other than that, I do want to go live tomorrow because I want to be able to be here with y'all during such a emotional day. You know what I'm saying? God darn it. I was doing good for like 20 minutes and I said it again. It's going to be emotional. It's going to be a rocky road tomorrow. And who better to, hang out with than you guys? My wife's dog sitting right now, so she ain't here. So I got my other extended family, my Cowboys family here to help me through it. I appreciate y'all. So I'm going to be going live again tomorrow. Hopefully Hoodie Kush can join me. Hopefully we can get Sports Junkie up on here. So I'm going to contact him as well to see if he can come and rock with us because it is preseason and that season going to start. So he going to have to get back into the mix like Twix. So everybody, I appreciate you coming out. I hate to end it so quick, but this is a tragedy that I got to check on my peoples and see how they doing. Real talk. Damn. But like I said, man, hug your loved ones. Just let them know. Let them know you care. If you got some loose ends, tie them. Because we never know. Keep it a buck. I got put on medication because of the risk of heart disease. So we never know. Just let y'all know that tonight's my night. I love you guys, and I thank you for everything that you have done, all your support. I thank you. But guys, like I said, I hate to cut it short. I had a few more topics to talk about, but when a community gets rocked with a death, you got to go check on them. You know what I'm saying? So I got to do that. And if y'all need to talk, remember, I know there's a number of people on here that will Dak Prescott ask for help. There's a few people that truly mean it. There's a few people that truly mean it. Hoodie Kush got that sign up in his background. Brother truly means it. I truly mean it. So if you need somebody to talk to, yo, I got broad shoulders. Hit me up on X, hit me up on TikTok. We can chop it up in the DMs. If you really need to, hey, I'll give you a call. But until then, y'all have a good night. Enjoy the preseason. Enjoy the evaluation process of the people that you have that's going to be making the team for the Cowboys. Enjoy the process. Don't stress over preseason because it is a time where we are just evaluating, okay? But with that being said, love you guys. It's been your man, the Angry Cowboys fan, and I will see you guys tomorrow night. Y'all have a good night.